Shalom. Shalom and welcome. Welcome to another episode of From Four Corners, a series of messages directed to those who I truly believe will be among the ranks of the 144,000 in multitude. A message to those who will be martyrs for the sake of Yahusha Messiah. It is a message to the children of obedience. My name is Symmanayah, and today is July 17, 2014. This segment is entitled Realistic and True. The time is at hand to face the truth regarding end-time prophecies. Yes, we spend countless hours in fellowship discussing the history and experiences of our forefathers as they sought to worship and obey the Almighty Father Yahuah. Remember, history is like a big brother providing information and examples of how we are to pursue righteousness and how we are to conduct ourselves. Also, we come to understand the teachings of our Almighty Father Yahuah through His set-apart Spirit sent in Yahusha's name. The scriptures are like the directional signs towards the teachings and instructions from the Most High. But remember, timing comes from the living set-apart Spirit of Yahusha as to when to respond or not. With this said, let us be mindful, let us be realistic and true, that the living Savior of the Most High works and functions to this very day in refining us and directing our footsteps. Although learning our history is necessary, the time is at hand to realize what is ordered now and what is being ordered regarding going forward. End-time prophecies have been discussed. Who is able to discern what have come to be? Who have able to discern that we have indeed entered into the most critical times of our lives? If one were to search the scriptures, it would not take too much time to discover man is on a collision course to extinction with no real solution in sight from a practical and natural perspective. However, we who seek to do the will of the Almighty Father know that we are in the midst of His plan that is being executed, a plan that offers life immeasurably. We who are the children of the Most High are fully aware that the plan that exists is beyond man's practical and natural perceptions. It is truly a time for us to begin facing what is realistic and true regarding the times we have arrived in, of which reflects end-time prophecies that are written in scriptures. I have no doubt that each of us are facing major challenges in one shape or form. However, let us again revisit the most critical things necessary now and going forward. Things that are real, my brothers and sisters. Consider what is realistic, what is true. In order for us to witness a great migration from the four corners of the earth, there must be people alive to fulfill these prophecies. Natural life requires fresh air, fresh water, and food, as well as other sustainable resources, and a safe place, a habitable place to dwell. Yes, I am aware that man does not live by bread alone, but every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Almighty Father Yahuah. So keep in mind, it is through His words we receive fresh air. It is through the mouth of Yahuah that we receive fresh water and food. Whether it be manna, or whether it be the ability to acquire, to grow, to produce, and or acquire other types of food, it only comes to be by the word of the Most High. In order to bring Yahshua all together, there must and will be structure and order. There must be discipline. Leadership will be present, and order and structure will be established. Adding to these factors, transportation will be a critical factor as we pursue the right path for our final exodus. Yes, transportation would be a factor as well. If the children of obedience is not appointed to the wrath of the Almighty Father Yahuah, then wouldn't it be wise to realize that a time will come when we will be placed and a safe location before the wrath, as described in scriptures, come to be. Discernment will be key to identifying the orders from the Spirit of Yahusha and obeying him. Our ability to lead and or submit to righteous leaders must be in full alert. These and many other details will be addressed as we witness time move forward and end-time prophecies become intense. Now, allow me to bring to you once again some things that are actually occurring as this message is presented. Global warming and climate change is increasing. CO2 levels and increased methane gas are changing the very air we breathe. Sea levels are rising in temperature at a rate that have come to produce an increase in sea level temperatures of nearly 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Erratic weather patterns have emerged and are getting worse across the planet. Severe to extreme drought continues to become widespread in critical areas where foods are produced. But in this case, that is not occurring in some areas. Without water, there can be no food produced. Without fresh water, food inventories will continue to shrink, resulting in famine, severe food shortages like never before witnessed. Catastrophic conditions and events will lead man to ultimately and frantically look for fresh water, food, and other viable resources to survive. Please note, my brothers and sisters, there will be movement to where living resources exist. There are divisions among true believers who wrestle with discerning what to do in order for unity to be established. Phenomenal times are coming. They will weaken us individually. We will become mentally, physically, emotionally. We will become spiritually weak. And in our personal weaknesses, we will witness the Spirit of Yahusha's presence rise up within us, through us, one towards another, and through his chosen leaders and or sent messengers. And we will rise in unity in the strength and power of Yahusha Messiah. My brothers and sisters, it is time to be realistic and true to the things that are unfolding before us. This is not a game. Consider all words like never before, first time ever, unprecedented, point of no return, tipping points, peak levels, extinction, the need to evolve, and more are being used widely today than ever before, my brothers and sisters. Anyone who is following the trend or the pathway towards what lies ahead, we have become aware of what's unfolding. Yes, we are beginning to see frequent and repetitive alarms going off, red flags popping up like never before. How long will the sleeper sleep? How long will the sluggard and the lazy drag their feet? The time is now to discern what the Spirit of Yahusha is revealing. Many of us have probably heard about a fictional tale of the boy who cried wolf. For those of you who may not have been exposed to such a fictional tale, it is about a boy who continually echoed false alarms about a wolf coming, only resulting with people beginning to ignore his warnings. As a result, people became desensitized or numb, or void of even listening to the boy crying wolf. But when the time came and the wolf actually came to attack, the warnings went unheeded. The people ignored and fell victim to the wolf. Today, my brothers and sisters, what is realistic and true is that we have witnessed many people trying to predict specific times when the Mashyach, the Messiah, will return. Many have even succumbed to the false and erroneous teachings of a rapture before the tribulation. What's realistic and true is, my brothers and sisters, since there have been so much talk about last days and end times, many have grown numb many have failed to take on the cloak of urgency, the importance to yield to what the Spirit of Yahusha is saying today. Currently, there have been so many different predictions that ended wrongfully that people just have come to the point to just plainly ignore what is necessary. But I submit to you, my brothers and sisters, humbling times will result in our ears opening, our eyes becoming clear, and a response to those who will indeed be among the ranks of the final exodus. A sense of urgency will erupt and ignite our attention, our readiness to serve, to obey, to discover, to grow in righteousness, and discover what the Most High Father Yahuah is saying to us through his set-apart Spirit, our Messiah, Yahusha. My brothers and sisters, what is unfolding is real. Tell me something. You who are listening to these words, what is it that is stopping or slowing you down and responding to the orders from the Spirit of Yahusha? Are you able to discern the living presence of our Savior? Are you able to discern the voice of the Spirit of Yahusha working within you or in us, one towards another? Will you be able to discern the voice of the Spirit of Yahusha working in one of his chosen leaders? Have you become one who is quick to dismiss, one who is easily overtaken by unbelief? Are things so bad that we are unable to recognize what is being ordered by the Spirit of Yahusha? Have we forgotten? Consider Psalms 18:3. I call upon Yahuwah, the one to be praised, and I am saved from my enemies. Psalms 55:16 say, I call upon Elohim, and Yahuwah saves me. 2 Samuel 22:4, I call on Yahuwah, one to be praised, and I am saved from my enemies. 1 Peter 1:17-21 reads as follows. And if you call on the Father who is without partiality, judges according to each one's work, pass the time of your sojourning in fear, knowing that you were redeemed from your futile way of life inherited from your fathers, not with what is corruptible, silver or gold, but with the precious blood of Messiah, as of a lamb unblemished and spotless, foreknown indeed before the foundation of the world, but manifest in these last times for your sakes, who through him believe in Elohim, who raised him from the dead and gave him esteem, so that your belief and expectations are in Elohim. My brothers and sisters, the very breath we breathe, and with each heartbeat, we are made alive by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of the Almighty Father for a reason. There will be individuals among us who will soon discover the very purpose of life, their life, and our life. We will come to discover more clearly the mercies and favor we receive and why it is so. End-time prophecies mention the 144,000, consisting of 12,000 from each of the true tribes of Yasharal, commonly known widely as Israel. If we are able to receive the life in the scriptures, discoveries will be made, such as coming to know that there will be a great multitude grafted together with the 144,000 made one in Yahusha Messiah. The things that are unfolding are real. What is expected of us will come in the form of orders and demands. Our obedience will come to be, for the Most High Father will provide the reproof, the discipline, the instructions, the guidance, all that is necessary to fulfill his words, his promises, his covenant. The Almighty Father, through his set-apart Spirit sent in Yahusha's name, is alive and well and functioning this day, my brothers and sisters. Remember, there is nothing that states he will be asking our permission to fulfill his promises to us. The time is at hand to face the deliverance from strongholds, for we will be reproved. We will face discipline. We will be directed fully as the children of the Most High. We will become known as the children of Yahuwah. We will come to obey the orders and command from above. The things that have caused and continue to attack the body of believers will be laid waste. Things such as unbelief, delusions, distractions will be removed from those who will fulfill what is written. We will soon discover deliverance and freedom from strongholds. We will soon be able to identify clearly what's realistic and true regarding the scheduled events set forth before us. Our final Exodus approach. We will witness in the wake or shadows of extreme end-time prophecies, forced migrations as though we are being pushed towards a specific location. Be encouraged, my brothers and sisters. Don't forget, Matthew 10:39 says, "He who has found his life shall lose it, and he that has lost his life for my sake shall find it." Mark 8:35 says, "For whoever desires to save his life shall lose it, but whoever loses his life for the sake of me and the good news, he shall save it." Hebrews 13:5 and 6, it reads as follows: "Let your way of life be without the love of money, and be satisfied with what you have. For he himself has said, I shall never leave you nor forsake you. So that we boldly say, Yahuwah is my helper, I shall not fear what man shall do to me." The time is at hand. Will you face what's realistic and true? Or are you, yes you, waiting to see what everyone else is going to do? What if you are the one chosen to take the first step? Do you believe that you will face accountability regarding these matters? Will you be one of those left behind? Will you be one as those left off the ark like in the days of Noah? Will you be one of those who were left behind as in those who were left within the borders of Sodom and Gomorrah during death and destruction during the days of Lot? Or will you be one who will be among the ranks of the children of obedience, the ones who will be guided in the final Exodus, the one who will be either taken to a safe place or strengthened and refined to represent the reign of Yahusha and perish physically in this earthen body as a martyr? My brothers and sisters, what's realistic and true today as well as what's going forward are indeed reflective of end-time prophecies. Choose wisely this day how you will respond. My brothers and sisters, be mindful. There are those listening to this warning for the first time, and of course there are those who consider this message to be repetitive and redundant. Like I've stated before, remember, a warning will echo over and over, and even over and over again until it is not necessary. Soon the silence will come, and a time will emerge when this will come to be a time of silence. Consider the words of Amos in Amos 8th chapter, verses 11 and 12. "See, the days are coming, declares Master Yahuwah, that I shall send a hunger in the land, not a hunger of bread, nor a thirst of water, but for hearing the words of Yahuwah. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from north to east, and they shall diligently search, seeking the word of Yahuwah, but they shall not find it." Will this occur in the coming days, my brothers and sisters? Remember, it's a dangerous thing to tempt the Most High. Again, choose wisely your next steps, for soon and very soon, hindsight will only bring pain to the disobedience with much regret. Remember, the time is at hand to face what is indeed realistic and true. Our final Exodus approach. We are being refined to fulfill such tasks, and our living Messiah Yahusha will soon return. Until next time, my brothers and sisters, continue to press forward. Continue to seek to discern and understand and respond with precision to what the Spirit of Yahusha is saying, to what the set-apart Spirit that the Almighty Father Yahuah sent in Yahusha's name is saying and ordering of us. Let us become clear to these words, to His words. I pray, my brothers and sisters, that each of us are able to discern, to understand, to respond with precision. I pray that we're able to endure until the very end. Until next time, continue to seek to pursue righteousness. Continue to seek to do the will of the Almighty Father and discover His living orders and command. Until next time, continue to stay tuned as this series moves forward. Shalom, shalom, shalom.